Hello and welcome to another review of a film that I've seen on Mubi. This time I'm reviewing the film True Things, directed by Harry Wootliff. Now this is a film, a kind of coming of age film of a 30-something woman, and recently I reviewed The Worst Person in the World, which you could describe in the same way. I actually liked this film more than I did The Worst Person in the World. It's got a quality of really being naturalistic and interesting, and I liked this film from the start. It's low key. It feels like really good writing, simple and effective. It actually has got a darker feel to it than Worst Person in the World. It is a kind of gentle film, but it's unnerving at the same time. Kate, our main character, we do feel scared for her. She seems so vulnerable and on the edge of a mental breakdown. And when she meets this guy, who we only know as Blonde, it feels like he has so much power over her. One minute he's really kind, and then he's really thoughtless, and there's a lot of ambiguity about his character, and you really feel like he's potentially an abuser. He does say something really horrible to her at one point. We don't actually see any violence, but you don't know whether that capability is there. There's certainly emotional abuse, I think, in the way that he just is very close to her and then ignores her. And so I really felt scared for Kate through the film. She just seemed so vulnerable and really in need of help, like on the edge of a nervous breakdown. For a 30-something woman, this is a coming of age movie. She's growing up. She's lost in life. She's having problems at work. She doesn't really know where she is. She's looking to a relationship to make things okay, I think, and to feel okay. But this relationship right from the start starts in a slightly odd way with a sex scene in the car park. So when they've just met, it never feels very safe, this relationship. But it's interesting how this film really shows that once you reach a certain age, even if you're not grown up, your parents become less helpful. She has various contacts with her parents in this film, and they're really not helpful at all. The only thing the dad seems to be able to do is offer her vegetables, and this just really doesn't work at all. The cinematography in this film is really, really impressive. I think it's always good to look at. The colours are sometimes quite saturated, giving the film a kind of dreamlike quality. It goes blurry at times. And you're not sure if it's perhaps a memory or whether what you're seeing is actually happening in real time. And so I really liked the way it was shot. And there's a scene with a storm where she's in her flat, and that's really impressive. I mean, the film is low key overall, but this scene gets very dramatic, and we really feel, as I say, you really feel like she's having a mental breakdown. Ruth Wilson, who plays Kate, the main actress, is absolutely excellent. It's a fantastic performance. I found her totally convincing, and I was really on her side. Tom Burke, who plays Blonde, he is scary, and it's really interesting because I also recently reviewed The Souvenir Part 1 and 2, and he's in Part 1, and in some ways you can see some similarities to the character he plays in The Souvenir in this, although he's very different. He shows really what a great actor, but in both cases he's kind of abusive and uncertain and potentially dangerous, emotionally abusive, and that's common to both films, but it's a very different performance. I mean, together they're amazing. So overall, I thought this film was excellent. I'm happy for Kate that there's a glint of optimism at the end of the film, but it does feel like it almost comes out of nowhere. It's perhaps a little bit over optimistic, but I really enjoyed this film and would recommend it. Next time I'm reviewing the documentary This Much I Know to Be True, directed by Andrew Dominic. See you next time.